What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon show. It is, what is today, Tuesday?
Yeah,
It's been a long ass day, man.
definitely, definitely.
um, yeah, got my main man here, Joe, with me here. Joe, what is going on, man?
Man, nothing much. I had a bad day of reads yesterday, but coming off of a historic weekend for me, it's they're saying if you burn them up 3 days in a row, take the fourth day off. So I didn't, and yesterday shows why. So
Yeah, man. As as actually far as your Friday through actually Sunday, man, you absolutely killed it.
yeah,
So yeah, man. Whenever you get hot like that, like you said, there's going to be that day where you give a chunk back. Um, there's just how it goes. I ended up a small winning day.
okay,
Um, I ended up overall going. It was a 4-4. Like I said, won a little bit, but we will take it. But yeah, with saying that, as far as the NBA goes, I actually lost both my plays there. Um, so yeah, uh, as so actually like as far as the NBA was definitely not it for me. Just getting the show shared out real quick, and
myself.
we'll get started here. Um, Chat. If there's any certain games you want us to go over, definitely drop them in the chat, and yeah, we will hit them. Uh, let's start out the Nets and the Cavs. As far as the number here is a big one, man. Uh, you're laying 16 and a half points here. Uh, total is 227. As far as the spread from actually where it opened, it looks like it's gone down about a point. The total has gone up about 3 points though. Um, Man, the Cavs just stay on a roll. Tonight they're going for their 15th straight win. Uh, that would tie the franchise record, which they set to start the season. So that's not something that you see very often there. Um, and as far as this game tonight goes, how I'm looking at it is, I mean, as far as this number, it's just big. Like that's just not something that I like to do. As far as college goes, I really don't mind laying sometimes like the numbers look really big. You know, but yeah, as far as in this league there, that's not really what I'm trying to like do. But for me in this game, the way I'm kind of seeing it is I think the Cavs, they're going to come out hot. They're going to come out strong here, try to go ahead and build up a big lead. Um, and then the second half, though, they may kind of take their foot like off of the actual gas here. Um, there's my thought. Um, in the first half, and if you're looking at the spread, though, you still have to lay 10.
Yeah,
Um,
a big number.
so to me, the books, I mean, compared to the full game, that like first half number is actually really high. So the books are thinking the same way as actually me. Cavs are going to come out strong and play a very, very good actually first half. Um, for me, I'm also not going to lay 10 there. Uh, for me, I'm going back to one of my favorite plays, as most y'all know by now, first half team total over. I like the Cavs to go over theirs. There's a 63 and a half. Yes, that sounds very high. But the Cavs are the highest first half scoring team in the league. They actually averaged just over 64 points. So they just need their average here. Um, and for me, this seems like a spot where they definitely want to get that 15th win in an actual row here. Um, so yeah, I just see them coming out strong here. Joe, what do you think here?
Everything to me says later points with the Cavs, but after the bad day that I had yesterday, there's no way I'm laying 17 and a half. So, if anything, I'll ride that first half team total with you. But my favorite play in this game is a player prop. It's Evan Mobley over points and rebounds, and you could get that at 27 and a half or minus 120. The reason why I like it is because one, Brooklyn is off of a back-to-back, so their legs aren't going to be as fresh. Evan Mobley is just a monster anyway. And then couple that with over the last 10 games, he's averaged 28 and a half. So it's really sharp, but I have a very good sample size that shows me Aaron Mobley goes over this number. I'm a little nervous because of blowout potential, which is why I'm not like full speed ahead, but I don't know. I'm probably just going to have to stay off of this one. But if I did make a play, it would be Aaron Mobley, points, rebounds over 27 and a half.
Okay. Like it. But that definitely makes sense there. Chat, if there's any certain games you want us to go over, especially college games, because I think the NBA slate, there's only 4 games. So we're actually gonna hit those. So if there's any college games you want us to hit, definitely drop them in the chat. And let's go on over to the Wizards. They are playing the Pistons, and this is another game where you gotta lay a bunch of points, man. Current spreads at 14 and a half. I think it opened at 14. It hadn't really moved much there. Total opened up at 232. That has been bet up. Looks like it's 235 and a half at actually most spots now. For me, I don't really have a lot in this game, but I will say that total, it's been bet up, and I'm not sure that I agree there. I'm definitely leaning under. As far as my numbers, it shows under. I actually have this at 229. Okay. So I haven't looked deep into this game. I'm sure there are some trends of some kind that say like over here. Like I said, I haven't dug that like deep in. That's the only reason why I could think why this number would be bet up though. Do you have any clue why?
No, to be honest with you. Washington has been playing defense lately. Most people think of Washington, they think instantly play the opposing team center props because they don't have a dedicated solid center, and they also don't play defense. But they've been playing a lot of defense lately. And just looking at it like from an over-under standpoint, Detroit can beat you multiple ways. They can run up the score and beat you, or they can play defense and beat you. They're not really balls to the wall, blow another team out, which is why I'm not laying that double-digit spread. Because honestly, I think Washington can cover. They've been surprisingly good over the past couple games. They've gotten a lot of players back from injury, and I just don't think that this 14 and a half line makes up for it. But far as like player prop for this one, I think I'm gonna have to lean on my old faithful Jalen Duren. Either you could take his double or you could take his rebounds, because there's nobody on Washington's side that has the physical capacity to stand up to that dude. It's gonna be real bully ball like Detroit style. And I just don't see a world where he doesn't get 14 rebounds, honestly. Head to head, he's averaged 13.4. Over his last 5, he's only averaged 10.2. But the Wizards are 29th. They give up the 29th most rebounds to the center position. So they give up rebounds to centers. Jalen Duren is one of the most dominant centers. Not going to overthink it. His 12 and a half rebounds is at minus 106. So there's absolutely no juice. So I think that's my favorite play in this one. I think Washington covers 14 and a half. But again, I'm not touching anything with a double digit, plus or minus. So.
Yep. Agree there. For me, like I said, just based off of numbers, this would be definitely a underlean.
Yeah.
It's not something that I say very often. So So you can take that and do with that as you will.
Washington's going down the pace a lot over the
Yeah.
last 5 games. They haven't been just running back and forth. Marcus Smart is back in the fold, and he's a defensive-minded dude. So there's that. I just don't think this line has factored in. Washington was sorry, and they were hurt, and now they're getting players back. But I expect them to cover 14.5. But again, not touching it. So
Yeah. Do have a little update here. As far as our tennis plays goes, they actually were in a rain delay. Looks like they just came out, and it actually looks like Greek Sport won that second set 6-1. So our top play of the day, Iga, and we actually parlayed her with actually Greek Sport there. That was a 4-unit play. That was a nice sweat-free win there for us.
yeah.
So that's a nice four. That is a nice four unit win to start our day. It looks like the Tsitsipas match just started. We actually are on him. We got him at -145. So if you can get anything around that price live, I definitely don't mind to play there.
I parlayed him and Eagle Swiatek.
Oh, really?
I parlayed both of those, and I took the 4-unit, and then I parlayed her. I put her in 2 parlays, and she was the easiest sweat free cash. So knock off some of that 145. I'm like, JD likes it, so I love it.
There we go. Man, let's move to tonight's TNT game. We got the Milwaukee Bucks headed to the Indiana Pacers. Right off the bat here, what stood out to me, as far as the Pacers, they are on a back-to-back. This is also their 3rd game in 4 nights, their 4th game in 6 nights. So the Bucks, this is a pretty big rest spot here for actually them. Also looking at it just at a glance really quick, Pacers, they've lost the last 3, and they've been giving up some nice points too.
Yeah.
They've given up 121, 120, and 124. To me, this definitely looks like a Bucks spot. Like I said, just all the way around. Had some trends pulled up, but I closed my tab out that pointed to the over here. This total has gotten bet up, and I could definitely see why. I'll try to get that pulled back actually up here for us, guys. There was multiple trends, though, that were saying full game over here. And with it being bet up the way it has, that's not really a number that I want to bet into. But here, what I'm trying to decide between is, because I'm showing value here, and it's all Bucks.
I'm laying it with the Bucks.
Well, that's where I'm trying to decide between is laying the 2 with the Bucks or taking the Bucks team total over. Because I believe it's at 119. And like I said, with how everything points to the over here, and then with the Pacers, with just how many points that actually they've been giving up, the team total also looks like a good play. So I'm trying to decide between those 2, but it sounds like you like the Bucks there.
Yeah, I'm laying a 2.5. I like the Bucks up to 5, so I may look at some alt to give back a few more points, just so that I can get much better odds. Historically, the Pacers do play the Bucks pretty well. However, what did you say? 3rd game in 4 nights. They've been on the road for a minute. Like, let's see, they went to so they just stayed in Atlanta. So it's not like they had to go to 2 different cities. So that did help them to play devil's advocate, right? But staying in Atlanta is the most distraction-based city, especially if you got a little bit of money, man. So they were in Atlanta for 2 games back-to-back. They lost both of those games by small amounts, but they lost 121 to 103. Yes, the Bulls they're figuring it out with those rookies, but at the same time, I don't expect the Bulls to be like the benchmark of beating you 121 to 103. I don't expect that. Like losing overtime or losing by 5. I'm cool with that, but not like that. Like if you watch that game, it didn't look like the Pacers had any life. That's what scares me. And then you're going up against a Bucks team who's coming off 2 losses in a row. They got to turn it around. So this is by all means a Bucks spot. So I'm feeling really good about the Bucks up to 5. That's really the only play that I'm hammering today. It's a 4-game slate. I don't want to force it with any other game. I'm just gonna trust the Bucks.
I got you. And honestly, I mean, like I'm showing value there too. Like as far as the Bucks side, for some reason though, I get weird about some of these games, especially like when it's a TNT game like this.
Whole world's on it.
Right. So they're all watching the game, plus everybody's on it. That's why that's where I like to take that pivot and do the team total over. Because that way they could technically lose the game, but they could still get over that. That may be a flaw for actually me. That's where my mind goes.
It's a safe bet. It's a safe bet. Look, as long as it cash, doesn't really matter, right? I'm looking at 115 for the spread, and you're looking at what, minus 120 at most for the team total. So we're talking about 5 cents. It's not a big deal. Like, as long as it cash, it's better than losing. That's one. So out of the Bucks' last 10 games, they've won 7, and they've won all 7 by 8 out of the 9, or 7 or 6 out of the 7. They won by more than 3 points. So when they do win, they win. So it's normally by a comfortable margin when they win. So that's why I don't mind laying the 3, because they just beat Denver by 9 recently. So if you could beat Denver by 9, you should be able to beat the Pacers by 3. Just logically, like.
As far as their team total is kind of bouncing around. You can get a 118.5, and you can lay that little bit of juice. That's at minus 120, or you can take the 119.5, and you only have to lay minus 105. So yeah,
minus 105.
I was about to say that there's what I'm
spread though. That's my bigger play, and I'm gonna double back with a small play on that team total too.
Okay.
Because worst case scenario, I got 2 bets out. I either go 2-0 or I split the baby 1-1. Like, because if they do lose, they're going to score 120. Like, so.
All right, man. Well, let's head on over here to this Clippers and Pelicans game. If this was a normal slate, this is a game I would not even go to. Since it's such a small slate, just going to quickly touch on it here. Clippers are laying 7. Totals at 222. Clippers have started to win. They have actually won their past 3 games. They have actually covered 2 of those. As far as the Pelicans go, they've still been losing games. This for me be a Clippers or either pass. But I'm just not gonna lay this many points with the Clippers on actually the road. I mean, the Clippers, like I said, they covered 2 out of their past 3, but that means they're 2 out of their past 10 games then. And then on the road for the year, they are 12-20. Just with other games tonight going on, this is just not a game that I personally want to touch. Joe, do you have anything?
So if anything, I'd lean that Pelican side, to be honest with you. A low-scoring game. Well, one thing we know is I do not trust the Clippers, right? Because without Norman Powell, that is not a decent team, in my opinion. Coffee is a really good dude who makes a lot of stuff that doesn't really hit the box score, but Norman Powell is clearly the driver of that team. When he's there, Norman Powell, Kawhi, and James, that is a force to be reckoned with. But you're going to give me – no, I'm not laying it because they barely beat the Kings, who were coming off of a back-to-back. And then let's see, the Knicks is like they can't beat any team over 500. And the most impressive win they have is against the Pistons. But I think the Pistons were off a back-to-back too. Not 100% certain. But yeah, I don't trust this Clippers team at all. I don't know if it's a personal thing or it's just every time I back the Clippers, they never do me justice. So it's just a team that I personally don't back. I wholeheartedly lean the Pelicans plus the 7. 7 is a lot to give up in an NBA game. And I do think the Pelicans lose, but I just think there's so much value in that plus 7. So like the Pelicans had a really tough stretch, right? Because Houston always destroys the Pelicans. For whatever reason, I don't know why. It's like Houston just turns into a different team. That 146 to 117, the most recent time they played, throw that one out the window because everybody from Houston showed up. It was in Houston. I think Dylan Brooks dropped 30-something points that game. That's rarely gonna happen. Nobody could miss. I want to say that dude was like 7 for 10 from 3-point land. It was something crazy that's like, okay, you just got it on tonight. Nobody could miss. You know, you just got to tip your hat to him because there's nothing you could do about that. Yeah. That was one of them weird in Houston games. But then they turn around and almost beat the Grizzlies. They lost by 3 points. So to me, the Grizzlies are better than the Clippers right now without Powell. And they lost by 3 to the Grizzlies. So I'm just applying common sense saying I feel like they can cover 7. I know that's a horrible way to look at it, but taking a big picture approach. But I think Zion is going to give them problems. Zubac is too slow. And Leonard, I don't think he's big enough. I mean, Leonard is a big dude, but Zion is a man trapped in a baby's body. Like he can bait fouls just like James, but he doesn't have to. And then on the other side, on the same side, Trey Murphy, he can light up from 3-point land anyway. So Pelicans plus 7 is a lean for me. I'm not playing it, but that's the only thing I see in this game worth touching. I don't even see player props I like in this one.
I hear you. Well, yeah, we can make that our lean then, because like I said, I have nothing. Chat. Yeah, today's probably gonna be the quickest show we have ever had. Definitely appreciate y'all being here. If y'all have any questions, though, go ahead and drop them. We're gonna figure out our play of the day here. So while we are doing that, if you have any questions, definitely drop them. Man, it seems to me like it's between 2 plays.
What's team total or the spread? That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I tell you what, I could ride that team total with you. I'm not ashamed of that at all. Like what was your second play? Was it the Pistons under?
Cavs.
Okay. They're in Cleveland.
Yeah.
There's no Spider, right?
Yep.
I think he's taking a rest day. Garland without Spider usually goes off, but last time he didn't. DeAndre Hunter went off. Okay.
Let's just ride with the Bucks.
Yeah, let's just do the Bucks full game team total over, because you still have that caveat of if they start out slow, it could go to overtime and get you there. Like my parlay hit, one of my parlays hit this past weekend because it went to overtime and I had the team total for Sacramento going over. So when the game went to overtime, they got those extra 8 points and it cashed me out. So I don't know. Worst case scenario, you can have that in your back pocket.
Yeah, this is a game where I said I really like this actually full game over also. Like I said, the number I just kind of missed it, so I hate to jump in at like the
tail
end of
end.
the line move. But like I said, to me, the Bucks team total, it is still in a number range that to me like it makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am definitely down here.
All right.
Definitely. Yeah, guys. For us, that's gonna do it. Tomorrow's slate is a much larger slate. Well, I say that I haven't actually looked at it.
No, Wednesday is usually the largest.
I was just about to say. I mean, because like Wednesday is normally the best slate. Looking at real quick. Ooh, we got the Thunder and the Celtics.
So that's why Tatum. You got to think about it. You got arrested Tatum coming into that one too, because he took off last game.
Yep.
So they looked ahead on the schedule for sure. Let me see who else. That's going to be a good one. Phoenix and Houston should be a good one.
I was about to say that's actually going to be good.
And Minnesota and Denver.
Denver's
eat all my words. First and foremost, I want to apologize to everything that I said yesterday about Denver. They proved me wrong. I was wrong. I can admit that. But I was right about the coach. Remember what I told you? I said the coach is soft. The front office is soft. They're going to try to make Jokic sit. And the coach got on Twitter, or he got on and did a press conference post-game and was like, he wanted to sit Jokic. And Jokic said, hell no, he's playing.
Hell. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Straight up said, hell no.
Right.
But man, I'm so mad at myself, man. This is 2 times in a row where I've talked about these actually nugget spots, about how they're so good in these spots, but because of like an actual injury, I have not played it, and it has been such an easy win both times, and I'm just kicking myself. I'm sitting here talking. I keep talking about they're so great in this spot, so great in this spot, and I'm not playing it.
It's better than doing what I did. I played the opposite of it. I faded the trend. I didn't give a damn about the trend, and I was wrong, man. Denver, but in my defense, Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. showed up to the same game. This is the first time this has happened damn near all year. Jamal Murray had 34, Jokic had 34, and Porter had like 20 something, I think. So like they all showed up, which is the first time that's happened all year. And I'm like, damn, they do still have it. Right.
All right, guys. Once again, play of the day from us is the Bucks team total over 119.5. You can get that currently at DraftKings at -105. Joe, if you want to tell everybody where to find you and take us out, man.
You can find me off X at Lay Off the Juice. I didn't drop any plays on there today. I've been pretty much taking a hiatus. You can also find me in the MoneyBall Metrics Discord in the general chat section. I drop random parlays in there. I lost 2 yesterday, but this past weekend I was hot. So that's what happens with parlays. You don't hit 1 million of them. So you just need to hit like 3 or 4 and you're good. Well, with that being said, you know what we said, man. Another day, another dollar. Another one. Keep the energy positive, high, good vibes. Let's cash. Let's fucking win.